I just met Goose a minute ago. My battery went dead, so we're going to start this over. Tell me how you got your name.
So I always keep my hair in a hat, but in town, after I take a shower, my hair kind of puffs out, and they thought it was Goose-like.
And you're from Lexington, Kentucky?
Yep.
You got 2 siblings, I believe you said?
Yeah, one older, one younger, both 3 years apart.
One's kind of hip about your
Yeah.
hiking, the other one's not necessarily.
Yeah.
And how long have you been thinking about doing this?
Not too long. I was just out with some friends, and I was like, well, we were out doing like a 4-day hike or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna hike the Appalachian Trail, and decided to do it in that moment, pretty much.
Wow. How hard do you think it's going to be?
Definitely ups and downs. You have some good moments and you have some bad moments. So.
How long do you plan on it taking you?
I want to do like 4.5 months, maybe 5.
Wow. You doing big miles already?
Not quite yet. I did a 17 miler.
That's a big mile.
That's my biggest so far.
That's a big mile. At this stage, that's a real big mile. You doing? I see a knee brace.
Yeah.
You having any issues a little bit?
Just like on the downhills when I step down into the step,
yeah.
it gives me a little bit of trouble.
A little bit of pain.
But once I got it on, it helped a lot actually.
That's good. That's real good. All your equipment working good?
Yeah, I have a hammock with the underquilt and a top, obviously. So.
Okay.
I really like the setup.
Good. What your shoes? I'm looking at them as I talk to you.
They're boots because I just already had some boots and didn't want to buy a new pair of shoes.
So you'll go to? Would you go to something different when you wear those out?
I think out of the Smokies, I'm gonna buy a new pair of shoes.
Okay.
Probably like really light trail runners, something like that.
Okay. Any advice you give somebody that's thinking about doing it next year?
Do it.
Just do it. Is there anything north of here that you're looking forward to?
Ooh.
That you know about? Like, did you look at?
Probably a half-gallon challenge.
Yeah. Somebody just told me that 15 minutes ago.
Oh, that's funny.
Already thinking about that ice cream.
Yeah.
Good.
That's gonna be exciting.
You got anybody you want to say a shout out to before we go?
I can't really think of anyone. Hi, Mom, Dad.
I always remember Mom and Dad and 2 sisters, or 2 siblings anyway. Thank you, Goose, for taking a minute out here. God bless every step between here and Katahdin.
All right, thank you.
We are at Laughing Heart Hostel, and I've run into Skittles again. And I always like to find a good story on the trail. And Skittles had a tremendous story about how he got his trail name, knocking his tooth out. But you're not going to believe this. He's got a better trail name now with a different story. Tell us all about it, Skittles.
So yesterday I went to the diner in Hot Springs and got a pizza. And it's one of those diners where you have to go and pay at the front of the store. So I went and paid for my food and I tipped like $4. And I walked out and waited for my other friends to finish paying for the food. And the lady called out to me and she was like, "Are you trying to dine and dash?" I was like, "No, I definitely just paid." So I walked away, and when I got back to the hostel they were playing a movie. So I went in there and started watching it, and the hostel manager came in and he was like, "A cop is looking for you."
The police?
The police were looking for me. So I came out here, he's like, "Yeah, you dine and dash, so either I'm going to arrest you or I'm going to drive you down to the place and you're going to pay for it again." So I was like, "I definitely paid for it, so we can go down there and I'll pay for it again if I need to, but I already paid for it." So he patted me down and we went down with the cop car down to the diner, and I went up to the lady. I was like, "I definitely paid and I tipped you $4. Do you not remember that?" She's like, "Yeah, I actually do remember you doing that. I don't know what happened." So I gave her my credit card and she looked up and she found it and she just apologized a million times. And I remember the cop just looked at her like, "You better give him something for having to go through all this trouble." So I actually got free breakfast, so it was worth it. But now my name is Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash.
And you said they frisked you? They patted you down?
Yep, I got patted down.
Wow, we could get a lot of names out of this.
I'm going Dine and Dash.
Dine and Dash. Now, you think you're going to change that again, or you just
I think that's good enough story for me.
That's a great story, Skittles. I mean, Dine and Dash. And thank you for sharing it with us. I know y'all leaving in the morning, guys, and if we don't see you for a while, God bless every step between here and Katahdin.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I got another through hiker attempting a through hike, and we're at the Super 8 Motel in Daleville, Virginia. Give us your name and something about you.
I'm Durwood. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Durwood, when did you start hiking the Appalachian Trail?
On February 18th.
February 18th. You started by yourself?
I did.
What made you decide to come out here and do this?
Just the challenge of it. When I heard how long it was and how long it took people to tip to get it done, I was in for it.
Okay. You're hiking with PT now.
I have been about 150 miles or so.
150 miles. Had you hiked with other people like that? I mean, have you been around somebody most of the time, or?
No, I moved around from group to group since Springer.
And I didn't realize it till after we run into you again that you and I saw each other back at Lonnie's, which is right before Fontana Lodge.
That's right, down off Stacoa Gap. That's
and then when I left you, I think you went into the Smoky Mountains.
I did.
You had a very pleasant experience in there.
I did not. I did not.
Let's talk about that, because you've told me off camera a little bit about that. You
Yep.
went in there. Go ahead and tell me the experience. I want everybody to hear this story.
We had a good first 2 days. We were shelter hopping the way they ask you to do up there, and then I think it was March 8th, a big winter storm come through and dumped almost a foot of snow. The drifts were real high, and we fought our way all the way up to Newfound Gap, and I decided I needed to get down. So I went down to Gatlinburg, and the road was closed, so I had to road walk down that 15-mile road in the weather, and then I was stuck in Gatlinburg and couldn't get back up that road for 6 days.
Let me expound on that. When you say you went to Newfound Gap, you were not right at Newfound Gap. You came from Double Spring.
That's right.
That's how many miles? Because you had to go across Klingman's Dome.
That's right.
You had to go down past Mount Collins.
That's right.
That's about 8 miles or more?
9 miles.
9 miles, and then you get to Newfound Gap. That's a major road crossing. 15-mile road walk.
That's right.
That you walked 15 more miles in the snow on the road to get to Gatlinburg.
That's right.
And when you got there, it was about 8:30 at night. And you went to a hotel. I think you told me the name of it.
I did. First one in town, I tell you that. First one you walk to anyway when you come down that road.
And what did you do when you walked in?
Well, I was pretty tired, and I said, please tell me you have a room. That's what I told them.
And they had one.
They had one. They put me up.
And then you stayed in that hotel 6 days.
That's right.
Wow, wow. I knew it was bad. We was around you. In fact, that's why we had some people skip the Smokies and go in front of you.
Yeah.
Man. Well, what's anything unusual happened to you other than that? That's pretty doggone unusual.
No, that's about it. Everything else has been pretty straightforward.
All your gear working good, Durwood?
I'm very, very happy with my setup.
No blisters? No blisters or anything like that?
No major injuries, no.
What do you miss most about not being at home?
My little girl, my 15-year-old daughter, Avery.
Okay. And what do you miss eating the most?
Pizza at this point.
Pizza. Well, look what's right over here, guys. There's a Pizza Hut. He misses pizza the most. We might be able to take care of that tonight. Durwood, has it been as hard as you thought it would be, or easier?
It's been harder than I thought it would be.
Harder than you thought it would be. And if you had to tell somebody that's looking at this that they're going to hike next year, what would be the one piece of advice you would give them if you only had a chance to give them one?
Bring your patience. Be very, very patient, and just take what the trail gives you. You're going to have to adjust constantly.
Okay. And the wind's been not friendly. It's still blowing hard today. Y'all had snow yesterday. Woke up to snow again this morning.
That's right.
I think the wind must have blown about 40 miles an hour yesterday. I got another question. I'm trying to think what the other one I wanted to ask you, because I'd already thought about it. And then when you started hiking the trail, had you had any experience of knowing what's way up the trail, like above this area?
No, I don't know this eastern part of the United States well at all. I haven't been out here to mountains much.
And if you could go back and change one thing before you ever started hiking the Appalachian Trail, can you think of what you would change, knowing what you know today?
I probably would start later in the season.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because I've been trying to tell people to do that. In fact, I'm going to zoom around here just for a minute, because I got somebody that's hiking with you.
He would have met me earlier and we could have hung out together in the Smokies.
Oh, really? So you think you would have helped him, huh?
Probably not.
Probably. This is CJ's truck. CJ, come over in here. Get in the front of here. We got CJ rushing. CJ's a good friend of mine from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Firefighter like I was for 30 years. And CJ, this is your first experience with these hikers. What you think, man?
I think it's great. I love to see somebody out here doing something, being in the woods.
And they look like they enjoying it today, but we've seen them when they didn't look so well, hadn't we?
Yes, we have.
And hey, CJ, what do you think about how much they can eat when they come out of the woods?
I think it's going to be a lot. A week's worth.
All right, I'm going to come back over here to Durwood. You got anybody you want to say hello to or challenge or something?
I'd just like to say hi to all the people back home that are supporting me, Mom and Grandma and Aunt Norma, my cousin Cassidy. Say hi to my pretty daughter. I can't wait to come home and see you, girl.
All right, God bless every step between here and Katahdin. Send us a picture when you climb up on that big old Katahdin sign.
I'll do it, Jimmy. Thank you.